All right, and there we go.
Are we live?
We are live, good sir. We are live.
We're good?
Yes, we are good.
Here we go. Ooh, look at the nice overlay out here. Okay, I see us. We out here looking official and whatnot.
Trying to, man.
Shout out to young Tesmo, whoever helped him.
Yeah.
With the overlay, looking good, looking clean. I like it.
Appreciate it, man. The official plug would actually be, let's see, it'd be by Pleasantly Twsted. She's also a streamer. She also does animations and commissions. So shout out to Pleasantly Twsted.
Her link will be in the description below during this podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, shout out to the chat who's in here so far. Hey, Miss Katie J, I see you. Tipsy Assassin, my guy. What it do? How y'all doing tonight? And everybody else who's gonna be watching this later on over on Twitch. Over on the YouTube channel, we are on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music,
Google Podcasts,
and Anchor, and all that great stuff. We're over there for the audio version. And if you are here, Rasheed Blackman, Blackmon,
big bro, what it do, man?
What's going on with y'all tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 2 of the Elite Podcast, brought to you by Never Game Alone. I am one of the hosts, Mars, and we are here joined today with our other host, Tesmo Gizmo.
What it do?
And next door neighbor, aka Tech.
Yes, episode 2, we didn't get banned. We made it, boys.
We made it, boys. We made it to episode 2.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. As you can see, today's topics, we got in gaming world, we got Genesis. Well, you can see the topics. We'll just talk about them as we go along and stuff. But I'm really happy about this overlay, man.
Hey, look, Pleasantly Twsted. Shout out.
How are we sounding? We sounding good? Because I know we sound good. I
think we sound good. Other than I got everything running through my ears, I had to make sure it was all straight this time around, unlike last time.
Yeah, no, last time, the first episode, which is like episode 00, we had some technical difficulties. I see the boys is the topic. Yes, yeah. We'll get to that. So first off, we're gonna start off with the pleasantries. Tack and Tez, how y'all doing today?
Tack, you can go ahead.
It's every day, man. On the grind. Ain't nothing new. Doing all right though. Can't really complain. Like I said, just out here in this multimedia, mass media, whatever you want to call it, world. Just trying to make it. So it's just the grind every day.
Yeah, no. Tez, how about you?
Man, I'm doing good. It's been going good. Things are going great. I got the house to myself for 2 days. My wife, my mother-in-law, and her friends went to Portland and left me. I'm chilling.
Who's that girl that just walked behind you?
Stop. Don't even stop.
Probably don't want to announce that on a podcast, but
Stop the madness. Yeah, I'm good, man.
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking.
How you doing, Mars? Yeah, we keep forgetting Mars.
Don't even worry about it.
He did that last time, so y'all ain't gonna. Okay, I'm doing all right as well. Like, look, wait,
getting ready for this move. We move in like 2 days, so
I figured your internet would have been off already.
Nah, this is the last thing. I'm not turning the internet off until I'm actually settled into the other house, other apartment. Because I like the internet, and then I won't be because we move on the 15th, but we move out of where we at on the 26th, so it's still like a week and a half where we'll be back and forth just moving things along, whatever. Yeah, it's a whole process, man. I really hate moving. Nicholas Upshaw, what's going on? How you doing tonight, man?
Young Nick, what it do?
Oh yeah, I said you have one episode left of the boys, so we'll try not to spoil the last episode if you haven't seen it already.
I've only watched the first 2.5 episodes, but you know me, I don't mind spoilers, so we can definitely talk about whatever. I'm still gonna watch. That's me in a nutshell. I don't mind spoilers.
I haven't gotten a chance to get to it. I've been trying to watch everything, Saturday morning anime.
Yeah,
I watch everything there and then.
I love the plug
on the other shows.
I get it. All right, so let's just get right into the topics today. Today we're going to start off with gaming news. Overlay looks fire, Tez, according to Young Dre Day over there.
Yes, sir.
So, today couple of things came out for the gaming world today. One of these games Tez has been talking about, hyping it up for the longest time.
Yep, since March.
Called Genesis. It's a new new MOBA that came to PS4. It's been out in China, right? China?
Yeah, it was originally a Chinese game that they thought about porting over. So they ported it over to the PlayStation first. It's eventually going to be on Xbox and PC as well, but it's going to come a little bit later, I believe in September, close to October. Don't quote me on that. I have to check my source in the Discord again. But originally, it's just like any other MOBA. If you played a MOBA like League, if you played any top downs, it's not like Smite or Paragon in the past, though a lot of people are enjoying this because there was this void for different games, because League is kind of falling off, Smite's kind of falling off. So it's filling a gap for a lot of people. I've been seeing a lot of good reviews in regards to it dropping today, and just within the night, people in Genesis Discord were eagerly awaiting for it to go live, just trying to get out as much from the developers that they could, like when it would. There is one known bug currently in the game regarding one character, that if you usually purchase her with real world money, though you shouldn't have to, if you do purchase her with the real world money, you aren't actually unlocking her. So it'll make you use your in-game currency when you pay the actual physical money for it to not unlock. So they're trying to work through that now. I saw a little bit earlier at work, they're trying to work through that bug and warning anyone to not buy. I have to get you the character. I apologize for not having her name on deck. Okay. Just a little bit later. So, but other than that, it's had good reviews. I mean, I've been watching a ton of people play it today. They've worked out a lot of bugs and primary concerns that I had when I was just playing it in beta, but again, that was just beta, so it's looking lovely.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I downloaded it as soon as I was able to download it this morning, and I played like 4 matches. I typically don't like MOBAs unless I'm playing with the homies. They kind of, drag on, and the matches were actually going pretty quick. Miss Pleasantly, is that you over there? I see you here driving and listening. Don't text and drive, but appreciate the.
That's the overlay.
Appreciate the overlay, looking fresh. Tez told us that you helped them do it. And everything. She did it. Miss Pleasantly, thank you, because we were looking kind of rough the first episode. But that's besides the point. Going back to Genesis. Yeah, so I played it. I normally don't play MOBAs, but it was actually fun. The character designs look pretty dope. A lot of the costumes and weapons in the game look dope. Everything is, of course, behind the wall of currency, in-game currency, and also you can buy in-game currency with real life money and purchase your characters. They give you your free characters throughout the week, or I don't know how many every days the rotation is, but they do give you a couple of free characters to use. The one thing that sets up, because there's always like one thing that sets something different from the other MOBAs, from my understanding, is the teleportation system. Is you can teleport to any one of your towers instead of running to them, but the teleport is a cooldown. I don't know if you can do that.
It's got a crazy long cooldown on it.
It's like 90 seconds. It's 90 seconds for the cooldown. Like I said, I don't play MOBAs like that. Tech, would you play a lot of MOBAs? Are there any other cool teleportations like that? Any other ones?
In Smite, there is one. However, you can only teleport to one tower. It's an active that you have to buy that has.
Okay. So yeah, with this one, it's just off rip. Anybody could just teleport to any tower, anywhere, any one of your own towers.
But then again, it's also a free recall too. I'm not sure how quick or how far away you would need to be, but you can instantly recall back. Though I wouldn't want to waste it on a callback unless you already got a character that's crazy tricked out as far as speed. But just building off what you said, though, I do recall they have a campaign for certain characters. Most games in general have skins, but the characters have their own personalized actual items that you can customize separately from the skins you'll be able to get later. So they'll have weapon change out. So they rather than the skin just changing the colors and look of the weapon, there's actual weapons to change out for them. Certain different headpieces, shoes, armor, and things like that. I was like, okay, so they're taking that that whole approach like that Apex did, like giving you incentives to keep playing, to try and do certain things with certain characters or hit certain primary objectives, whether it be healing for a certain amount, doing a certain amount of damage, KO on the tower by yourself, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, the game is it's honestly, it's like a MOBA. From when I was watching a couple of streams today, a lot of people in the mobile community were excited about it because they said it's like a, it's a breath of fresh air. Who knows how long the game is going to last? Who knows if it's going to have any longevity, or if, the devs can keep up with, updating and adding new things, or debuffing characters, if they're nerfing characters, I should say, if they're too OP or anything. So I'm looking forward to play the game. Of course, I'm going to play it for a couple of days, and I'm gonna toss it to the side. But that's just me. That's just how I do it.
Be honest.
That's your character, though.
That's what I do. I'll play it, I'll enjoy it, and then I won't play it again after all. Have you heard anything about it, Tack, or no?
Genesis Mobile. I mean, it's not really on my radar because it's not on PC, since I don't have a console. True. So it's not something I'm like,
and that's
like have all my eyes on. But when it comes out to PC, I'll probably try it.
That's another thing too.
For PC.
I think once it comes to PC as well, we'll get a lot more people into that community, and it will. I guess the hardcore mobile players will be able to test it out, and we'll see a real reaction to the community for it. Because
but they did say though, Mars, for anybody that's listening, they are unsure if they're gonna put mouse and keyboard support in, because it's primarily it's a console based port. So even when they port it to PC,
so you telling me if it goes to PC,
it's still gonna be controller based. They have no plans for a mouse and keyboard.
Oh, that's gonna fail. I already know for the PC. That's gonna be a huge fail. Off rip, I think they need to reconsider that, in my opinion. I don't know, but it kind of gives me like the customization and the skins and stuff give me like the Overwatch feel, like with I think they have loot boxes in it, but it's just the different skins, and I like that games like this are doing that now. Overwatch really set the tone with the different skins and the loot boxes and the different customizable weapons that you can and unlock in the game. So a lot of other games implemented that, and I think that's dope. Because I like what's it called? Not costumes, but just like cosmetics in games where like you could earn in-game money and buy cosmetic for the character that you like and stuff. So I think that's dope. And speaking of Overwatch, we're gonna just segue like that nice segue we did.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Got that experience from 1 to 2, bro.
He's like, okay, transition set up.
But so Overwatch, I don't think it actually came out today, but it's like open beta for it. Overwatch 222s. So it's 2v2v2, right? Is that what it is?
No.
It's roll.
That's what it is, right?
So two people can pick a tank class, two people can pick a DPS class, and two people can pick a support class. So that's what the 2v222 is for.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So out of two people you get the heal, out of two people you get the block, out of two people you get to do damage, or thusly however you want to do it.
And you have to be like that the whole match. So I can pick out of that pool of those characters.
Only that pool of characters, yeah.
If I'm DPS, I only can pick the DPS characters. If I'm healer, I completely did not. I thought this was something completely different. I thought it was just three teams of two going against each other.
That would be a fire. That would be a fire mode though, but nah.
Oh, wait a minute now. I might have to revisit Overwatch for that. Just for that, because like that was my thing about Overwatch. It was like it was hard to find comps, right? So it was like, all right, especially if you're playing solo and you're jumping into randoms and stuff. Now this actually gives you a designated role, like, all right, you're a healer. I want my heals. Do what you got to do if you want me in this hero role, and you can only pick.
And with competitive, it's changed up a lot too, Mars, because with the roll lock, they've also changed the way you get scored when doing competitive. So if your damage you're getting based primarily on your kills and how much damage you're outputting healing, it's a small percentage of how much you're healing and how survivability, tanking, as how you're blocking. Like it's all primarily based now, relatively much more on your role is
what you're supposed to do as your job. Yeah.
Oh, we might have to revisit some Overwatch now, because that makes things 10 times better. Because if I'm just gonna focus on healing, I could pick a healer, then I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about I have to worry about if my teammate is gonna be doing the job they're supposed to be doing. Okay, I see.
Yep. It honestly just puts perspective into things and makes you reliable. Like if this is what you're gonna do, you either gonna suck at it until you get better, or you better know what you're doing, because you only get these particular characters to pick from. So if you healing, you better hope you know how to rotate between what's needed. Because I mean, Lucio can work sometimes, but then what if you need to hit that anti-nade, or you need to be sleeping targets, or you got a monkey on you, anything.
So
you got what you got to pick.
So does it go? So it's only 2-2-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could only have 2 healers, and you
Two
can only have
damage.
2 DPS and 2 tanks.
Yes, sir.
And that's it. So nobody else. So that also helps with the other heal. Well, it's like healing support, right? So you have the support, and then you have like the off tank, and you have the DPS / tank, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah, we definitely have to revisit. I'm excited about that because my whole thought process going into, I thought it was 2v2v2, which sounded cool, but I was like, it's just another game mode, whatever. But this is actually changes the game a lot, and now the ranking is different as well. So now I'm getting ranked off of my healings or my tanking ability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and it kind of gives you incentive to want to play or learn how to do other roles. So like, say you only do healing. All right, I know I'm not a good damage character player, so I'm gonna start in. I go in, I may place bronze, but it gives you incentive. Like, all right, I don't want to sit at bronze forever, but you're not gonna rise out of this category much more like it used to be. If you played with a team that carried you through, you're gonna have to learn how to get good at what you're doing in order to kind of get up out of it. So it's either you learn the mechanics, you get good, scrub. That's basically it.
This is honestly, so I mean, this, you either gotta have a team, or even if you queue in solo, you just gotta learn. You gotta know your role and depend on your team. Other than having everybody switching characters midway and changing up the comp midway.
I hated that so bad.
That's the main point of it, is to keep the comps consistent, so that way you don't have those people that are like, oh well, I'm not doing well, so I'm just gonna pick something else and just throw for the rest of the game.
That was me, by the way. I was one of those people. I might have started off as a healer. I'm like, F this healer shit. Let me go be a tank real quick. I mean, I don't care. I'm not afraid to admit my flaws. Okay, all right. But speaking of queuing in solo, segue here. Apex Legends. Can you see that?
He's on a roll. He's on a roll.
He on a roll, boy.
Apex Legends got a whole solo mode today, which was cool. And now I like Apex for the team aspect, but solo, I know a lot of people were upset when it first came out. It's like, oh, I wish they had solo, because a lot of people do not play
well with others.
Yes, well with others, or have people to play with off rip, like, because for Tap, for instance, you might like Apex, but nobody in the squad likes Apex, so nobody's gonna play with you. But now you don't have to worry about that, because you can play solo, and that. So I like that Apex is really stepping up. Their season 2 is done really well, made a lot of big changes, and a lot of people like that. And now with this solo thing, solo queue and solo matches, that's doing well as well. Apex
too. I watched a couple of the games earlier today. It's a lot more fast paced than what you do with teams. Because literally you land, you get shot, that's it. Like, it's none of this revive me, nothing like that. Like, you're dead, you're automatically out. And it's 60 people, and usually everybody lands in the same area. It's pretty chaotic, but it was pretty fun to watch.
Like that also brings up to the point too. It can be wild. Just think about, I forget all the characters' names in Apex, but like, just think, because if you think about it, in the original, like just the regular one, there's like 12 teams of 3 or whatever it is, whatever the case may be. Like, now you can legit have like 50 of the chicks who drop those bombs, right?
Oh, Bangalore, bro, smoke everywhere.
Bombs dropping throughout the whole match, just trying to run around, trying to, like, it does change the pace of the game a lot more,
But who is it? Bloodhunter's the number 1 pick for that mode, though.
I would believe so. Bloodhunter, that's the one with the hawk
tracking, yeah.
Basically
to stop people from camping. That's usually what people do in solos. So Bloodhunter is the top pick.
I can see him being number 1. I can see Pathfinder being number 2, because he can also hit the does it still have the actual radius closing in, even though it's the one player? Yeah. Okay, so him being 2, Wraith or Bangalore being 3 or 4, and then 5th probably Octane. The more speedy sensory being first, and then speed being a close second. So in that order of 1 through 5, because I couldn't see anybody playing the big guy. I forgot his name. The one who uses the shield. Yeah, I couldn't see him being much useful. Or who else is there?
I mean, but he has the drop though. So I mean, he's good in a lot of fights because he has the drop and he has a shield. So he has a personal shield for himself, and then he can just summon the airstrike just in the area and just sit there and just watch, because he doesn't have to rely on anybody else.
Watson would be the number one camper though. Like if she found a good enough spot to set up and put her fences around, Watson would be. I only see her just being camp survivability. There's not much to her or the healer either.
They did hint at a new character. I seen in the little press release that they showed the other day. They didn't show nothing about this character, but I believe they're coming out with the character soon. See, my thing with Apex, right? I love battle royale. I like battle royales. I do like the genre. I don't like playing it, but I do like watching people stream it. For the most part, because it is intense, and especially if you're watching them get down to the top 2, top 3, and it's just real intense battle, whatever I like. But what I want from Apex, and I'm pretty sure they might do this later on, but I want an actual PvE, an actual campaign, a game with these characters and like a 3-man squad running through with I think that would be so dope, because these are the people who made Titanfall. If you and it is the same world as Titanfall.
Yeah.
So if I don't know if y'all played Titanfall, but the last Titanfall was so dope. The story was amazing. It was great. So I think they will be able to do something good with a nice little story mode, nice little campaign mode, PvE thing with Apex. And I wouldn't want it to be their main focus, but put some PvE in the game, yo.
So a reverse Fortnite, basically.
I was gonna say this. So basically, do the same thing that Fortnite originally started off as. Yeah, I do know they plan to put the mechs in the game at some point eventually, but
I love the mechs.
Ain't no telling. I mean,
Titans.
I mean, look at how it already is. There's a lot going on in the game. You put a mech suit and all that chaos, it's busted.
Just busted. a mech. Because in original Titanfall, the online, the mechs, the mechs were different. They had a different mechs you could pick from, whatever. Yeah. And then the pilots were basic, right? Yeah. So now they switch it, right? You have a basic mech, and now the pilots have all the different classes that they have and everything. I think that would be a way better flair to the game. All right, you got this basic ass Titan, but I could drop bombs on this Titan from just being a regular ass player, and then I come out and I got Gibraltar or Bloodhound and stuff like that. Man, look, I want to be a game dev. Apex, who makes a goddamn Titanfall. Let me holler at y'all for a second. I got some ideas, man.
Isn't it Respawn?
It's Respawn. It is Respawn.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, Respawn. I got some ideas for you. And speaking of ideas,
I don't even think that one segued right.
It didn't, but I don't care.
I don't know about that one.
I got the first 3 to connect, all right? No Man's Sky, man. This game, I mean, it kind of with ideas, because it started off as a small idea, a game, No Man's Sky, that came out and did horrible. It flopped completely. Didn't even touch shelves barely. Like that. I remember I wanted No Man's Sky when they talked about it. They hyped it up so much. I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy it. Good thing I didn't buy it day one, because if I bought it day one, I would have been upset. The game just did horrible when it first came out. They promised all these things. The game came out and it failed. They didn't have none of the things that they promised. And we just thought that was it for No Man's Sky, right? And it was 2 years later. It was last year, right? Was it? I guess 2 years.
It was last year.
Yep.
They announced No Man's Sky next. And that's when I was like, ooh, okay, hold on. I gave up on the game, but when I was watching the trailers for it, I was like, all right, let me try this out. I tried it out and I fell in love. I fell in love with No Man's Sky. That was the longest game that I played last year. The longest time. I played it for 3 months straight. And I loved every minute of it. Did the story mode, doing a story mode, playing with the homies, doing the whole Tat guy. Look,
I didn't get it, man. I'm glad I didn't get it. I mean, this is before I met any of y'all though. Like my cousin was trying to hype me into it. He was like, my in-law, he was like, man, you know, he pre-ordered it, got the really expensive version, and then like he played it the first day, and we were like, I told you, right? I was sitting there like, I told you, didn't I? It's like, yeah, you told me. I was like, you hate to see it. They're wasting money on that thing, boy. But I mean, from what I have seen with what they did when y'all played it and then this new expansion, it does look fun, but you still ain't gonna get Tez to get it. If somebody handing out a free key, you know what I'm saying, I might.
I know I think it might be on sale right now. It comes out tomorrow with the new update. All the updates to the game are free. You just have to buy the base game, and then everything from there is free. Real quick, Harbor, what's going on? Trinidaddy, what's good? How you doing?
Yeah, shout out to y'all here watching. Appreciate you.
The game's amazing. I just can't navigate. That's my only problem. I get lost. I try to find him and CK, and I end up in another solar system. I'm like, oh, how do you get over here? They're like, oh, you got to go do this thing over, making it sound easy. And I'm just like, wait, what?
No, from your point, like Tech, it's not easy once you first get in the game, though. When you first get in the game, because you did end up in a whole completely solar system. So try to navigate to the solar system that we were at. That would have been hard. I'm not gonna lie, because it took me a while to get to learn how to do the navigational, to teleport and travel to other solar systems like that. But I mean, if you would have made it, Tech, you would have enjoyed it. You would have enjoyed it, okay?
No, I mean, I made it to that little island we were on or whatever, and then I died.
Man, they had a lot of glitches and stuff in the game. Like if you were on a transporter, and like if it wasn't yours, if it teleported, if you weren't in the cockpit, you would just fall out into space and just die. Yo, that happened to me like 3 times. But in the new update that comes out tomorrow, so what they did, there's a lot of stuff that they focused on 3 different things, right? The first thing they focused on was VR. It doesn't apply to me. I don't really care for VR. I don't have VR. I do like VR as a whole, but I'm still waiting until like VR becomes more of a solidified thing for me, more popular and I guess it's more out there.
I feel like it'd be very nauseating doing that game in VR.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dealing with all the terrain and everything.
Warp scene, I think the warp thing would kill me though. If I had to watch that in VR, just that whole warp tube, light traveling stuff, I'd be like, no, I'm sick. I mean, let me just take this off. I'm done with the game. How long is it gonna take? 5 hours. Nope, I'm good.
So yeah, that was the first thing they did with they focused on for the new update that comes out tomorrow. And then the second thing, which I appreciate, is the multiplayer, right? So now they
navigation.
Look, Tech, this is what they did. They added, if you ever played Destiny, anybody ever played Destiny, they added like a tower to a hub to the world. So now everybody can meet at the hub.
Oh, thank God.
And then go off and travel together, which I thought. So they increased the servers to 32 people in the server, which is actually dope, because I think before it was only like eight or 9 people on the server, and you would never really see anybody. And if you're playing with 3 of your other boys, that's already half the server right there. So now it's 32 people in the server, and they focused on really making like missions co-op and stuff. So if you're playing by yourself, you queue in by yourself, and you jump to the hub, and somebody puts a mission on the message board, it will pop up on your screen, or like a little thing on your screen saying that, oh, Tesmo Gizmo just started this quest, you want to join him. And then you could just easily accept it, join him, and y'all go venture off into space and do the mission. And they added a whole bunch of different mission types. The way to travel together is different. So the whole co-op aspect is 10 times upgraded, and I'm excited, yo. You guys could build bases together now and like claim it. Before, you will only claim a base, claim a spot, and do whatever. But now you could build bases together. So I'm pretty sure people are gonna be making some massive ass bases. You could farm animals. You can farm
underwater from what I see here. I just had to pull it up to see how much it's costing. So it's on sale. Like it's hit my mic. It's 50% off right now. That might be okay if we're all actually gonna play it.
I mean,
All of
everybody
us
else,
pretty much have it.
everybody
I
has it.
think you're the only one out.
I mean, I'm playing it. I'm 100% playing it.
I'm gonna play.
Don't at me like that just because I ain't got it. I will pick it up. Damn, I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. So you don't gotta worry about. CK is gonna play it. Like, I legitimately liked playing that game. It was a fun game. It was a real chill space game. Like, and I love space games. I love space in general. I think they added a couple of new species to the alien race. The people that you could talk to and stuff. A whole new storyline. And I mean, and the third thing. Oh yeah, that was the third thing they added. Because there's different ways you can play the game, right? You could be like a pirate. You can do the story missions. You could just go out and gather. You could be a builder. You could be a farmer. You could do all this stuff. So they added to each one of those aspects, like, different things to it to further better the story and the experience of how you want to play. Because I was listening to the dude, the creator of the game, Sean, who was talking, and he was like, oh, if we only just added like a couple of more story missions, that would get people bored for the people who don't even do the story. So he was like, we took upon ourselves to add to each aspect of lifestyle in the game, and I respect that. So people with No Man's Sky, man, good job. Kudos to you guys. You guys are doing good. I'm excited to play this
back. They had the biggest comeback. Not Drake.
They did. No, that is truly a comeback story. Like, these motherfuckers flopped day one. Like, they'll make a movie about them one day. It's a good game though. So if you haven't, like Tess just said, I think it's 50% off right now. If you want to cop it, definitely cop it.
For all my folks in Canada, if you watching, it's like 33 something for us. Yes, that's because that's just the conversion rate. Even if you get it on Kinguin, if you find it on Kinguin, and side note, Kinguin's UI has changed. Like, their website looks completely different, and I like it, boy. It's like streamlined, like smooth. But you can find it for like maybe like $1 less on Kinguin, depending on which form of currency you have.
Okay.
If you that pressed for $1, that is.
Yeah, so I mean, I might be able to get onto it tomorrow on launch, but I'm pretty sure the servers might be buggy, might be a long process to get on. I'm honestly because I'm moving, like I said, so tomorrow's the last day. I'm gonna have my my PC set up and everything.
Gotta get all your gaming in. That means you gotta play tomorrow.
That's I know. So yeah, I'm gonna try. We're gonna try to play. If it's running smooth and no problems, yeah, we can definitely get on tomorrow, no problem. But if not, I'll definitely be on next week, and we'll be on that, no problem.
Like, all I'm gonna say is, do what I did. Move your desk and PC first. You just across the street. If they already gave you the key, just make sure you move that in first, set it up, and you ain't gotta worry about everything else will fall into place.
I don't care about everything else, man.
That's what I was. Look, I mean, you know, my wife knows when I did this. I moved my PC and my desk, mount stand, all my station came over here before anything else even got put on a truck. I was like, I'm moving this by myself because if somebody break it,
that's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna be pissed. So if it get broke, I know I did it. Moved it, put it up, and I'm straight.
No facts. I agree with that. Moving on to other news for the gaming world. Vermintide DLC. I think it just released today as well, right?
I want to say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all played Vermintide?
Yes.
Unfortunately, did not have a PC at the time strong enough to play it.
That's right. I liked it. Do you know anything much about this DLC, Tech?
About the DLC, not too much. I haven't really looked into it. It's one of those games where you kind of need to have a squad. I mean, you could take AI in there, but it's not the same experience, especially if you stream the game, because your chat can affect the game while you're playing. So it makes the game a lot more involved. So when you were just playing by yourself, it's just basically a hack and slash. You go through the game, do the objective, and you're done. But
actually really hard too.
Yeah, it ramps up in difficulty really quick.
It escalates within the map, like instantly. 1 minute you just killing rats, the next thing you know, you killing 30 goddamn Goliath rats coming at you swinging. Then you got somebody throwing poison at you. And you just trying to survive at that point. Like, you're running away.
Is it similar to the Is it similar to the system in the Lord of the Rings games in the last last couple games. How like you could be fighting a goblin 1 minute and then another horde or some people will show up and then it just keeps escalating on top of itself until you either get overran or you run away or you die.
Yeah, I never played any of Lord of the Rings, but from the sound of it, yeah, it seems like that. I do know with this new DLC, they added a different race other than the vermin. They kind of look like zombies a little bit. I know all the classes got different buffs. I think they added a new class as well. And I think it's just more story that they put in the DLC. I think it's an expansion, to be honest. If I read it correctly, if I looked at it correctly, it's more of an expansion type. They said the gameplay is a little bit faster. So, I mean, if it's free, I'll check it out. I don't have a problem playing Vermintide. Vermintide was fun. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Wait, you talking about the DLC, the actual game?
The DLC.
Oh, okay. I doubt it would be free, but I mean, it's probably worth checking out.
Yeah,
let's see. I can get a price match on that for y'all real quick. Let's see.
Free. If it's not free, then
Exactly. See, he's smart shit.
Look, man,
the game's been out for a while, so it's just like
yeah. I mean, look, I got other games that I'm more pressed about that I gotta buy.
The new expansion that drops, it drops tomorrow. Vermintide 2: Winds of Magic. In CAD, It's $22.97. So I would imagine it's maybe like 15 or so, 16 in US. Less than $20. I'll say that much.
Winter sale on Steam. To check that out if they got that going on over there. But yeah, I can't segue into the next topic. We're just gonna go straight into it. So there's this chick on Twitch that has been getting a lot of buzz lately. And
it's not even just her; it's multiple people.
It is multiple people, but she's the cause in bringing out all the roaches. You find one roach, you smack the box, and all the other roaches come running out too. Like she's the first roach that you see. God damn it, on Twitch. I don't even know her name. I don't care for her name. She's a little
Which one are we discussing here? Are we talking about the one that yeeted her cat, or the other one talking about
both? We're actually gonna talk about both.
Isn't she the same person?
I think so.
It's two different people. If we're talking about the N-word, it's two different people that said it. So
it's the same person, yo.
No, I'm saying there's two people that said it.
Yes. There are two people that said it. Yes. But
so right now we're talking about which one.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the first one who threw her cat on stream.
Okay.
And then she was sitting here. Yeah, there's two people that said it. But we're talking about the first. I think her name is Affinity or something like that. She's a Twitch streamer. I don't know anything about her. Didn't know anything about her until she became a hot topic for throwing her cat while she was streaming. The cat happened to walk across her desk. She took the cat and threw the cat backwards. Me personally, I'm not a cat guy, but I do love animals, right? So if you cause harm to animals,
Chopper.
Chopper is leave Chopper alone, okay? Chopper is an excuse. But if you do that on publicly and toss your cat on stream, like the things you do behind closed doors must be crazy in my opinion. The other apparently don't know how to talk. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all, Miss Pleasant. But we'll get into her talking about it in a minute. That also brings up. So it was two incidents with animals, right? So that lady, that chick that we're gonna talk about, and then the other YouTuber. We'll talk about her real quick. I don't know if you guys seen that story about the YouTuber.
Yep.
Who posted the video about her dog. She had a video, but she posted the raw video instead of the cut video.
Yeah.
And so in the raw video, the unedited one, she was beating her dog, spitting on her dog, hitting her dog in the video during the parts where she would like edit the video out. So in my opinion, I was like, yo, this poor dog sitting here taking this abuse from this woman for no reason.
She also put spit vodka in her cat's mouth.
Well, that's the other person.
The other person we're talking about? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's multiple people doing stupid things to their animals on camera for no reason at all, man. I feel like people don't deserve animals. Some people just don't deserve animals at all, yo. Like, how do y'all feel about these situations?
Go ahead, Tess.
As a pet owner, I'm not gonna say. I don't want to hit anybody in a soft spot, but like I wouldn't do it to my animals. Like your pets are your pets for a reason. Like, they depend on you to take care of them. Not sit here and hit them or abuse them. I mean, you may hear me say some stuff at my animals, but I'm just not like,
Oh yeah, I mean,
just to the left and the right, just throwing them or kicking them. I might scoot them out the way, but no, I wouldn't do anything along the lines that actual cause physical bodily harm to my pets. I love them, man. Even if they are annoying. But no, that ain't cool. That's like if we saw you hit Chopper. I'm like, hold on, why would you be hit? When Chopper probably bite you back, I ain't got to worry about Chopper. He be ready for war, boy.
Chopper gonna roll up. What's up, cuz?
Chopper be hit. Chopper abuses me.
Chopper City, cuz. You ain't ready.
My dog abuses me. He runs shit over here, man. Goddamn Chopper. But
you gonna feed me today, Dad?
Real. Pick up my poop. Pick up my poop.
I just don't get it, man. I think like, yo, these, I don't even know how old they are, but you gotta, what's the point of having an animal if that's how you treat them?
Thanks.
You know? In my opinion, if you're gonna be disrespectful, doing dumb stuff like that, just get rid of the animal. Give them to a shelter. Somebody will love to take care of your cat, man.
Anybody, man. Like if you feel like they are that much of a hassle, give them to. Like, there's a lot of old people who need animals. There's a lot of people who generally take in cats, dogs, ferrets, whatever your animal may be. Like they don't deserve that. I definitely advocate for animals. I'm not like hard as meat is murder, but you wouldn't want somebody kicking you in your ribs or something like that, or trying to tell you to get out.
And of course, PETA actually stepped in to talk to Twitch and was like, "Oh, yo, why is this girl not banned? Like, what is she still doing on y'all website? And y'all have proof of her actually abusing the animal." But I don't know if Twitch responded to PETA or anything.
Yeah.
But I also don't know if it's in the TOS on Twitch where you are not allowed to abuse animals or anything like that on stream. I don't think that's part of the TOS. So she honestly might be in the clear for that. The most awkward crossover ever. Yeah, no, it's like, so I don't know. She might be in the clear. She might not be.
I believe the last thing that was said is that she's good. She didn't really violate anything. She went under investigation from PETA and all these other places, and they said she was good, apparently, from their interviews or whatever. So I don't know. I really don't know. That was the last thing that was that I saw as far as the news outlets and everything. So I mean, it is what it is. But
all right, now still on the same topic, still talking about the same girl with the cats, man. People on the internet, white people on the internet.
Mars, you gotta come politically correct. It's melanin deficient. Melanin deficient. We don't want to offend anybody. They're melanin deficient.
No, they're white. These white people. I'm sorry, I'm hot. Yo, my AC is like off right now. It goes up anyway. These people saying the N-word, right, on stream for no apparent reason. Like, before I go in, what do you got? What are your thoughts on it? Tech, can you give a little background about the story? Because I think, are you more familiar with it?
Yeah. So it's the same chick. She was talking to somebody in her chat, and apparently, she minced up words, and the N-word came out while she was talking, and so right after that, of course, it was put on Reddit. Everybody saw it, and then she put out an apology saying that English isn't her first language. I don't really know her background as far as where she's from, her ethnicity, or anything like that. But she put it in, she didn't get banned or anything like that, but that's basically what happened. She said she slipped up, said something, said the N-word while she was talking to somebody about gifting a sub or something like that. And then that the progression happened after that, and I guess she's still on Twitch. So that's about it. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of news with these people that say it. It's just either they get banned or they don't, and that's pretty much it.
People have been banned for less.
For way
100%.
less. But I'm trying to figure out though, in what you can cross-reference or search the word, but the thing is, it wasn't the A, it was like the hard ER, and we all know how defaming that one is. So I don't know any other languages, Latin, Germanic origin, original, love languages, that even with the hard ER, they translate into something else. They don't. The only other word close to it is niggas, which is a whole nother, derivative. So I'm just still like, I mean,
Look.
but I tried looking it up though. There are, oh man, you'd be surprised. There are several instances of people saying it, male and female. Wouldn't say majority are, you know, people of color, but like there's a lot in other places in the world. Like I saw a few clips of people from Australia, different streamers in the EU. I'm just like,
and that's the
really?
thing about this platform. You know, people, it gives people a voice to say whatever they want. And because we're talking about the one who was talking about like the ethnic store, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
She was like,
okay. So we're talking about the ethnic store one. I thought we were talking about the same one that with the cat. Okay.
That's I didn't know which one.
Well, they
mine
kind of
was, mine was segueing into the ethnic store one.
They both look the
They
same.
kind of have the same story, so it's pretty much
It's the same.
like, oh, we can't speak right or whatever the case may be, or
Nah, because you clearly said, oh, the ethnic store, something, Igor, something after, like, you clearly, like, nah, I'm not buying that. Oh, I don't speak English bullshit, because you clearly, you knew what you were saying. Like, what you talking about? It wasn't like you were singing a song and you liked the song and you said the word. Even that's all right, because that would be more acceptable to me, because if you speak another language and then you hear a song and you're just repeating the words in the song, whatever, that's different. But there was no song, you were just talking normal about an ethnic store, and now the next thing out of your mouth is nigger. Like, nah, that shit don't fly, yo.
well, and the funny thing is the people that came to defend her, the one that was talking about the ethnic stores, they were like, no, she slipped up and said grocery store.
Nah.
And it's just,
Thank you,
I was just like, you see what I'm talking
I
about?
seen
Like,
that, and I played that thing back. I was like, maybe I'm hearing stuff wrong. Hold on.
And even in like, I've seen like people screenshotting her tweets. The first tweet, she said grocery store, and then right underneath that, she was like bigger stores. I was just like, okay, so which one is it?
Facts.
Like, which one? I mean, because it doesn't matter either way, because I still think, you know, you did it just to do it. But
no facts, yo.
but it's just so funny.
Once again for the overlay.
Mars, read what she said though. Just read aloud what Pleasantly has said.
We allowed also glad overlay is working out. In the conclusion, white women exhaust 100%. So many people were like, but contents, my guy, racism is so common. Yo, racism is common on Twitch 100%. She's done said she said it in the past. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the thing about Twitch, man. I mean, not even Twitch. Like I was going back before, like just giving people a voice to say whatever they want on the internet is like, some people don't need to be saying what they want on the internet. Like everybody's entitled to their own beliefs, and you want to be racist, but if you have a following and you're building a community around racism like that, I don't think that should be deemed acceptable for, especially on a platform like Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, if you believe, like I'm not sitting here telling like you have to like this race, or you have to like this culture, you have to like this religion, you have to do anything that kind of, you don't have to like anything or whatever you want, but I don't think you should be building a community spreading this kind of energy out, in my opinion. Like, I think
But at the same time, Twitch doesn't really care about that. Their thing is, what's the bottom line? So if you're sitting there making money from them, they're going to let you slide with certain, you know, things that other people may not be able to get away with. So that's where the discrepancy comes from. It's not going to be across the board for everybody, because if they get rid of people that are bringing them the most income, revenue, or whatever the case may be, then they're going to suffer as a business. So from a business perspective, that's what they look at. They're like, okay, well, here's a slap on the wrist. Go make us some more, you know, $50,000 this next month, or whatever the case may be.
Boo. I'm definitely down with what Pleasantly said. Some people need to be popped in the mouth for what they say on the internet, and the clowns protecting the pretty girls in real life can get popped too. You know,
I
like
agree.
it's there is no double standard. There is just the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated, regardless. Now, if we had, or generationally after us, there was a word to be said or brought up that made them feel just as much as our ancestors felt and how we feel in common day, they be raving and mad in the streets and on lines in the forums and writing petitions.
It doesn't even matter. I promise you, like, if I go on stream tomorrow and I call this girl a white hoe, and then like you white hoe, I'll get banned for that because it's defamation of character, slandering another streamer, blah blah blah. But it's just like what? But y'all not doing nothing about it. So
Mars, I've seen you call people a hoe for less. I've seen you call people a hoe for less.
I'm just saying, man. Like you just can't say whatever. And then, like, if I say anything, Tax says anything, Ted says anything, anybody, we're getting banned, no problem. Like, they don't have, this Twitch definitely 100% has favoritism against you know, like Tax said, against the people that are bringing in the money, bringing in the revenue, bringing in the audience to their platform. You know, they have favoritism because let's not forget, Ninja said it too last year. Jordan, he was rapping a song and he said the A at the end of it, but still, he still said it. He ain't get no ban. He ain't get nothing. He got a little slap on the wrist. He put out an apology. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was drunk, blah, blah, blah. But we making all these excuses. Somebody got to, Twitch has to set an example.
Somebody needs to be the example of what's to happen. And be that as it may, if that's the case, probably just need to go ahead and open up the first all black streaming platform.
That wouldn't go too well.
That wouldn't. Yeah,
I'm not saying it would do well, but I'm just saying if that were to happen, it'd just be something.
My opinion, they just need to have more black staff at Twitch, right? They need to have
a lot of black staff.
Like, just have some black, or not even black, just minority representatives on Twitch, so we can have some more representation on that platform. There aren't that many black streamers on Twitch out in the open, out in the top. If you list the top 10 streamers on that platform, you might hear one out of all of them that are black, and that's King Richards.
One just came back today, I believe. Daquan. I don't know if you know him.
I don't know.
Fortnite streamer.
I don't know.
Daquan.
Part of TSM.
The ones I know are King Richard,
Trihex,
X Mirror, Trihex, Miss Ash Rocks, TBH.
But these are like the ones you're listing aren't. They're not. They're like
no, they're not. I mean, Trihex being the one with the most amount of views I've probably seen.
King Richard,
yeah.
But the ones that you're about to list, like I'm not saying that there aren't any black streamers. There are plenty of black streamers on this platform, but you only see them during Black History Month. For like the hour, 2 hours they got on the front page that Twitch gives them. Like there is no representation for us people that look like us.
They're not the people that come to mind when you think about Twitch. I think what you're
100%.
trying to say, right, Mars?
Yes,
like they're not,
exactly.
It's not. Oh, I'm gonna go to Twitch, and who's the first person I think of? It's not gonna be a minority streamer.
Right, 100%. And I don't want to sound like I'm being like racist or just against all the people at the top. Because no, I love watching like Lyric. Honestly, Lyric, if you don't know, he's one of the top streamers. He's actually like Indian or Pakistani or whatever. He's not actually white.
I've never seen Lyric's face, so I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. Like Dr. Disrespect, Dr. Lupo, King
Tim,
Stallion,
Ninja, King Stallion,
Cypress PK.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not taking away from what they're doing or what they're trying to do at all. They're just doing what all of us are doing, but they just get put up on a higher pedestal because I believe of how they look, man. Like, that's just what it is. Twitch needs to change some things around. Speaking of Twitch and Ninja and everything, they actually got a little bit of beef going on right now. So we all know, we talked about it last week, how Ninja moved over to Mixer, and now Twitch, being the ex-girlfriend, is being a little petty.
I mean,
things.
You ain't lying though.
Over here. So they're promoting if you haven't heard, they're promoting a lot of streamers on Ninja's old page. Like, so they're getting hosted by Ninja, his old page, and a lot of streamers are being hosted and represented on Ninja's page while he's over on Mixer. And what happened was a porn site or a porn streamer got projected onto Ninja's page. So you could only imagine all the people that were still just watching through Ninja's page.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So that happened, and Ninja has every right to be upset about this, because like he said, he made a video about it, and in the video he was like, yo, I was on this platform for 8 years. I build my brand for 8 years with you guys, and this is what you're doing. Like, I left on good terms. I wasn't said any, and of course he was like, I haven't tried to say anything bad about you guys or anything, even though Twitch has been throwing jabs at Ninja. He was like, we let them slide, we ate them jabs, and y'all still trying to be disrespectful. And now, so I don't know what Ninja's trying to do or what the next couple of steps are gonna do, but I mean, Ninja, if I was him, man, like I think what he's trying to do, he's trying not to burn any bridges with them, just in case he has to come back. In my opinion, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Twitch is also being a dickhead about it, trying to make him burn these bridges by doing dumb shit.
But at the same time, and this is, I don't know if you caught this part at the end of his conversation. He was like, "Why are you using my channel to promote other streamers?" And that's when I was like, well, dude, you just were promoted by Twitch on other streamers' channels for your what was it, the Super Bowl or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And it was like, so how are you gonna sit there and get mad at them promoting other streamers on your channel when you were being promoted by Twitch on other streamers' channels? So it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black in that situation.
That's true too. And Ninja, you're not on that platform anymore, so they can do whatever they want. Well, somebody made a good point. I was watching the video. They were like, the reason why everything is free on these platforms like Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer and stuff is because they own what you put out and put on there. So once you're not a part of them anymore, they can do whatever they want with your content because it's theirs, because they have all the rights to it, because it's on their shit and you did it for free and you didn't put no money into it. So to me, that it makes a point. So it makes me think a little bit like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Yo, I'm putting out all this content and stuff for Twitch just so they can just do whatever they want with it. If they want to delete my channel, they want to take my videos down, they get all my hard work, they can do whatever. They want to sell it to somebody else, they can do all that stuff because it's on their platform. So Twitch, Ninja, I feel for him because, like I said, he's been there 8 years grinding away every day, just like all the rest of us. But he's the one that got the big break, and he was the face of Twitch, the face of streaming, the face of Fortnite, and he moved over to another platform, and now Twitch is mad. And of course, Twitch didn't put the porn on his site, but
wouldn't that be fun if they did though?
That's what I'm saying.
Behind the curtains, they're like, "Oh, we did this."
I'm pretty sure they seen it. I'm pretty sure they seen it, and they were able to. They could have probably nipped that in the bud way before it happened, and I guess they didn't. So, look. So Twitch, ultimately, I feel like they have to just change some things around, because honestly, this is putting a bad taste in people's mouths about Twitch. If Ninja really says like what he really left Twitch for, and if there's some crazy shit behind the scenes, like stuff we don't know,
yeah,
like Twitch will be in trouble, I think, because right now, as we said before last week, Twitch is at the top. They had nothing to worry about, no other streaming platforms to worry about. They're sitting at top, so they're just doing whatever they want. Now that Ninja left them, Ninja is not going to bring down the whole Twitch society by itself, but if a couple more other of these streamers get out and hop on board with Mixer with Ninja, it will put a dent, and it will really fuck up Twitch's future.
I would say like 3 of the top 5. If 3 of the top 5 were to go, then it'd be.
It will, and then now Twitch will have some major competition because it'll bring all those views over there.
Tim, Lyric, Ninja, or Tim.
I would say Shroud,
yeah,
Shroud, Summit, and Tim. Probably those 3, or some combination, and Lyric maybe, or whatever the combination of those, out of those 4. I think serious trouble for.
If Doc, and Doc too, can't forget Doc. If Doc jump ship,
but I don't know if he'd be able to. Well, depending on where he went, I don't know if he'd be able to thrive on Mixer because of his persona.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it
sounds crazy. Like Twitch is made for Doc. Like it sounds it sounds wild, but like Twitch is 100% the platform for Doc. Like, I don't think it'll be smart for him to go anywhere unless the money's right, unless, he's getting, it fits him financially and he's able to still do what he's doing and support his lifestyle, then I guess he will move. But Twitch, Doc is perfect for Twitch, man. He's toxic, he's funny,
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, it's in the field of games he plays, that same toxicity thrives over on Mixer, and in a even harder. It's a harder palette to bear. Like, I've tried to go through and watch some of the higher up streamers in like Apex and Fortnite. I'm like, dog, it's nothing but just vile spewed in these chats. I'm like, why are they so hard? Like, dog, they be going hard for no reason. And I'm pretty sure some of these are like little kids who ain't got nothing else to do. I just be like, yo, I don't know how you check that. I don't know how you would check that, how many mods you would need, or a bot that's so well, programmed to the nines to catch all the stuff that they just be throwing at you. Because then they could just host you, or not host you, but give you like sparks and just talk crap.
But you're saying that's the chat though, but we're talking about the Doc's character.
Got you.
That's what we're saying. Like, his character is suited more for Twitch, and I don't think he would be. I'm sure he'd be able to do it, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would fit well if he was to move to another platform.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, it wouldn't mold. I think Twitch molded around Doc perfectly fine, and he was able to do what he got to do. And like, this man's been suspended. He's left like 3 months at one point for the whole cheating on his wife thing. Came back super strong. He's got suspended. I think this is his second time or third time
bathroom
suspended.
Stuff at E3.
The bathroom thing. I think he got suspended one time. Other time for like 2 days for saying something on stream that he was controversial. Like, he's like the bad boy of Twitch, and he's good at the games he plays. He's not like bad and he's trash. He's actually a god at all the games that he plays, and it's fun watching him. But for me, it's too. I can't watch him every day. I have to watch him in like bursts, like different moments throughout. Like, I can't watch him all the time because he's just like super cocky and super annoying, but he could back it up. Like, and that pisses me off. I was like, shit.
It's just funny to me because like, I'm sitting here one day, like when he just had come back, because I had never actually watched any of his streams. I remember seeing his commercials a lot for like Slurpees or 7-Eleven at one point on Twitch for like Fortnite so much it made me hate going into anybody's stream. It was like, yo, who is this ugly dude with the mustache and these glasses and his mullet? Boy, get off my screen. And I'm like, I've never watched a single thing he did, and he comes back and I enjoy watching him play Apex. Him, Shroud, and I want to say, who's the other one, Tack? You said another name.
Who? For what?
That, like, the top, Shroud. I've seen Doc play with Shroud and one other guy, can't think of his name. He's really good.
I don't watch Apex like that. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying some of the, you just named a few of the top like streamers. It's one of them you named.
Lyric? Summit?
There we go. Summit. I've seen them three just run a whole game by themselves, like destroying stuff. I'm like, dog, it's impressive. Like you said, Mars, it kind of agitates me. I'm like, bro, how is he this good? But he can back it up too. Like, he could be talking all this cash and be busting like 20 people a game by himself. I'm like, dog.
Yep. Yeah, it's just the way it is.
You can't hate on it. I mean, you can, but
yeah, that's just. I feel like that's just the environment of Twitch going on right now, man.
Yep,
Need some
Twitch up environments.
Need some changes and stuff. Oh, you got a segue?
Yeah. Speaking of environments, with ESPN and Walmart basically saying how video games are, contributing to people or youths in a sense with this whole thing that happened many years ago. I believe like in the early 2000s, games are making children more violent, which that is not factual. They've done studies. What studies? I want to see these studies, because what most sociologists will say, it's your environment is a product of how you develop as a person. So you live in this type of environment, you'll embody these type of tendencies. Not playing a video game all day. If that were the case, I'd be out here instant transmission and Big Bang Kamehameha blowing everybody ass out the water. Like, I'm not with it, but that's not my life.
Were you saying ESPN and Walmart said that? I thought this was a political thing that was thrown out there.
No, so it was a political thing. Yeah. But I don't know if you read the recent news. There was supposed to be Apex tournament on ESPN. Mm-hmm. They canceled it
because of the gun violence. In advocacy for gun violence and stuff like that, because it promotes violence. So they're trying to say they won't promote games like this, but I mean, what 15, 10-year-old is going out here really well? Okay, let me take that back, because some of them actually are potentially going out here doing this, but I don't think it's the video games that's doing it. I still feel like it's a lack of communication between parents and child, school authorities, because they don't have nobody to talk to in school, and I don't know how it is now going to school, but I can see how it could be a lot, because it's a lot going on in the world compared to how it was when we were going to school. So if you don't really have a proper thought process or a way to communicate how you feel and get it out and properly vent it without, one, self-mutilation, or two, damaging others, I won't condone what they did, but dog, they wilding. They are definitely wilding.
Video games save lives.
Because I do remember seeing a post by ESPN saying they're not going to show some sporting event due to the shootings or something like that. Yeah, okay, so they rolled over, because I know Walmart took down all the violent video games due to what was going on. I didn't know ESPN was related to that. I thought that was just they were paying homage to the people that were in the shootings, and they didn't show something. Okay, but it makes sense that they would do that. I mean, it's well. Can't really say it's a Disney thing.
But so right, I'm going to Walmart. So Walmart said they're taking all the violent video games ads and stuff out of their stores and not showing any ads and things about that, but they still want to sell guns, and they're still going to sell guns.
Right.
So it's like, to me, it's like you're sitting. That's the problem. Like,
you're giving.
It's the guns. Like, it's not the video games. It's like, all right, we're gonna take down this picture of Call of Duty, but here still you can come and buy this AK-47. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
And then they changed their mind, saying that it was more or less, we're not getting rid of all games. We're just gonna take down the demos and stuff like that. I'm like, who still going into Walmart to play demos? Please tell me who you know. I did it back in the day, but who's still doing it today?
My thing is, I would rather give somebody access to the virtual, feeling of having a gun than actually giving somebody the physical gun in a store. I was like, you can run around and shoot people in the game all day, I don't care, but you go in and buy a gun at the store, then it's something different, because then you have that you have something physical on you that can do harm to somebody. Yeah, so that's why I was kind of like, and I did see that too, and I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you just let people play the games, the shooters, when they can't do harm to anybody? But whatever, to each their own.
Like, and don't get me wrong, like, I know this is a whole political, we're not really a political podcast and things like that. I'm probably last thing I'm gonna talk about, but it's like they say video games cause mass shootings and violence in this country, but why doesn't it happen in any other country, right? Because all the other countries are playing all the same games, but you still don't hear about the mass shootings or see these mass shootings. It's because all the other countries have gun control, right? I'm not one of those people who be like, ban all guns, stop having your guns. Nah, you have the right to protect yourself. In my opinion, I feel like it should just be 10 times harder for people to get guns in America, right? Make it harder to get guns, make it a longer process for people to able to get guns. Like, look at their psyche, their mental.
They make you do that in Canada. My boss he's a gun nut. They make you do a psych evaluation before you can actually own a weapon.
And if they have any red flags in the back, all right, you got to go through this whole other process, and you gotta. That's what I would rather want, because like I said, I'm for people being able to own a gun and protect themselves in situations, because it's a crazy ass world. You just never know. So yes, I'm not the one of the people say just ban guns, get rid of guns in general, like all around. No. You have the right. I feel like you have the right to protect yourself. But I just wanted to be able to be hard. I don't want to just be able to walk into a Walmart and buy a gun and not have a license. Like, we can do that. I could go to Walmart tomorrow, buy a shotgun, buy a rifle, buy a handgun, and walk out and be perfectly fine, and nobody say nothing to me. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like,
and to add on to that, I think it also falls on some onus to the parents. Like, secure your stuff, like, to make sure, don't show it to your kids or anything like that. Or if you're going to show it to them, secure it somewhere where they can't get access to it at the end of the day. Because, I mean, a lot of these shootings have come from people, in their teens or something like that? That have had access to guns, probably from their parents.
Yeah.
I would assume probably
Or they
from the
bought them
parents' house or something.
You
Or
could
they
be
bought it?
18 and go to Walmart. They probably bought them themselves, Tag. Like,
Right.
you know? Like, it's crazy, yo. Honey Coco, welcome to the stream. Abel Rucker, how y'all doing
Big
tonight?
dog, what it do? Yes, sir.
How y'all doing
Chattanooga.
tonight?
I got some Chattanoogans in this thing, man.
But yeah, any other gaming news that we want to talk about? Are we moving on?
I think we're moving past it.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic, which is anime, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, so
I hope you caught up on everything, sir.
You watched The Boys?
Huh?
Did you watch
That's not
The
anime.
Boys? Well,
That's not anime.
listen, a lot of stuff came out. I tried. I watched like one episode from Black Clover, but it was like a filler episode, and one episode from Fairy Tail. I tried. Okay, at least I tried.
Was Black Clover actually filler?
No, it
No,
explains.
No, I'm talking about from where I left it off.
Oh, okay. I was like,
He left.
I don't think it was filler, my guy. But
No,
okay.
no. From where I left off.
Okay.
It was a filler episode, so it wasn't even like I watched anything progressive at all.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about, okay? As long as everybody watched Demon Slayer here, I think we're okay. 'Cause I have a lot to say about this episode. You watched it, Tech, right? You watched it, ladies?
Yeah, I watched it and I'm mad at Tez for what he said last week.
Oh yeah, he got
Tanjiro, he may get some other element. Oh, surprise, surprise! They show it in the very next episode.
No, what I
Good
said
job.
is other swordsmen may develop other skills. I didn't say who.
Other
I just
swordsmen.
said other swordsmen may
Other
develop
swordsmen,
skills.
same thing.
other swordsmen. Nah, ain't no other swordsmen. The only other swordsmen are goddamn the dude
I'm
that.
gonna keep my mouth shut because I've read already to where the manga's
Exactly.
currently up to.
Because we know what you do, Tez.
I couldn't help it. It was moving too slow, and I wanted to know.
Man,
I couldn't help it.
You take this.
Ain't
slow
nobody
ride
said
with
nothing
the
to
rest
Mars
of
about reading Dr. Stone all the way to where it's
But I
currently
don't
caught up
spoil
to.
it.
Mars doesn't say anything about
I
Dr.
act
Stone.
like this shit is brand new with y'all. Like I don't talk about what's
I'm
about to happen.
I'm gonna start calling Mars out every time he spoils something. I be trying to be nice.
I don't spoil nothing. I know how to keep the chill on, man. All right. But anyway, Demon Slayer, this last episode, if you
Spoilers if whoever's seen it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, we about to spoil it. Go ahead and watch it. Come back later. This podcast will be up on Thursday. You can come see what we got to say. But yo, this episode was probably the most flamest, fires episode, all puns intended,
Mm-hmm.
this season. Like, this might be the best episode in anime. So I haven't seen Black Clover or Fairy Tail yet.
Oh
But
yeah,
this
you
is
missing
right
out on
now,
Black Clover.
in my opinion,
Yeah,
right now, this is
missing
like
a
the
lot.
best episode in this anime season right now. Yo. It touched on. I didn't think. Like, I thought it was going to be a continuation and he was going to do some shit in the next episode. I didn't think at the end of this episode he was going to bar this dude out, man. So we'll just start from the beginning, I guess, of this episode where Tanjiro, if you guys haven't seen it, if you did, his sword broke and he didn't know what to do. He couldn't cut the spider webs from the dude's spider. He found out that this dude, did he find out this episode that he was part of the 12?
Yep.
Or was it last
Yep.
episode?
He found out he's from
He was part of the 12. He was like, oh shit. So this is the real power of the
I'm
12.
fighting a big baddie, boy.
This dude was trashing Tanjiro too. Like, Tanjiro was getting hit. Tanjiro was getting smacked around a little bit. But also got to say, Tanjiro, his dodge skills are on point because he was dodging on webs, but he was getting hit by them punches.
Oh yeah. He was smooth.
So when Nezuko came out and protected him, and then the spider dude fell in love with his sister and was like, yo, I want to make you my sister. I knew Tanjiro. I thought he was gonna snap right there, like, bitch, you ain't touching my sister. Like,
Well, part of him did actually snap. 'Cause
yeah,
old
but
boy,
not to the. Go ahead.
old boy basically was trying to emulate this left behind feeling from his humanity of family.
Right.
That bond that demons don't actually do, because they've even said it since like the episode where he had to go hunt down the girl who got lost and taken by the teeth grindy demon. That they let it be known a lot of times demons don't click up, or they don't have a sense of
Family.
unified conjunction. So he was still trying to emulate this, even though he's already a higher moon demon. So when he saw another demon hop out that's more or less still have a connected bond with somebody, he wanted to take it for himself, which is still, again, a amplified human emotion. I've been seeing that still left behind in a lot of these demons when Tanjiro slays them, or we see others get slayed. Because in the only two we've seen him take down, they kind of revert back to their previous forms, but you see the lingering sadness and or regret, or remorseful feelings they had prior to remembering who they were before they cross over to the other side.
Yeah, no.
You can continue.
Nah, like in this episode we finally seen Tanjiro's father. We seen Tanjiro's mother. There was, I guess, these were some important facts where the spider demon was talking about Nezuko. It's like, yo, she has a strange aurora about her. Her smell is different, and she's just all around weird because she was falling asleep and everything. Which I still have some questions about what happened. You always know me. I always got questions about goddamn Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I be seeing shit that just don't make sense, but or I just don't understand. But so okay, we'll go to that part where Nezuko was sleeping. She saw her mom. I don't understand what her ability actually did when she woke up. Like, did she absorb the blood, the demon blood?
No, she used her blood to ignite the webs on fire.
That's Nezuko's ability.
Her blood blows up.
Her blood, she can ignite her blood, and her demon blood art creates flames or can amplify flame.
Okay, that's where I was confused, because I thought I thought it was the because the spider demon used his blood to infuse the whips. So I thought she was using demon blood to do that, like not her own personal blood. So she was using her own personal blood to ignite the fire. Okay.
Yeah. So if you recall back at the last minute, well, see, I can fill in now. Now I'm about to go in the whole weed mode. So basically, everything that you saw Tanjiro do subsequently was stuff that his father was teaching him, without actually saying, "Here, son." He was teaching him without actually teaching him. So at a young age, he was already instilling in him the Hanafuda earrings need to be passed down alongside with this one particular type of breathing technique. So long as you can get the breathing and remember the dances, it'll always come through. Because even in the flashback, Tanjiro was trying to emulate the dances as a little kid. But, he was just thinking nothing of it. Oh, this is just something that dad does to give honor to the, while we're in the winter so that things go good when it's warmer for us. But, lo and behold, it's got a whole other secret meaning behind it, because that dance transitions into Breath of the Fire God, which thusly the name translates into, because I can't say it worth of anything. Yeah. But I was like, when the sword made contact with old boy's neck, Nezuko's blood had already dropped on it. And when she let her hand out and, she actually spoke, which kind of threw me off. Nezuko, she said demon blood art, and then you see her blood get hotter.
She did say that shit. She did.
And I was like, hold on, Nezuko can speak?
When you said that shit, I was too in the moment. You were absolutely right. I was like, oh shit, what's somebody about to do? Oh yeah, she did speak.
I was like, she could talk. I was like, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. And it made the blade hot enough to finally slice all the way through, in addition to the flames that were already being generated from the little piece of sword that was there. So I'm just like, damn, this man Tanjiro is something.
God, man, because the way he was just dancing through them things, dancing through that fire with that fire blade. So this man got water and fire. So I wonder if he don't say anything to us.
I didn't.
No, I'm just.
No, he's saying he's about to say something. He says, "Don't add on to it, spoiling."
Like, oh well, actually, I'm just saying. I wonder if he's gonna learn more techniques with the fire ability, and implement like. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can't combine the two with one move, but I just want to know if he's gonna be able to is he gonna find like a fire master now to teach him some fire breathing techniques and make him even stronger. So he's gonna be a rare dude that has fire breathing and water dude. And now also this might also
see Tez already ruining it.
I did say
I was even looking at him.
I'm smiling because I love to see Mars have these questions, because he's really not far off from actually having the answer himself. I tell anybody, when you watch an anime, dissect the OP, find the small nuggets in the ED. you'll always find at least 2 answers to your question within each new change in season. Whenever they change the OP, which this one has had a small, subtle change, if you actually paid attention to it, which no one ever really does.
I skip it now.
You'll see certain stuff.
The only way I don't skip it is once I hear the song change. If the song didn't change, then
yeah. But no, I won't.
The first 2 episodes, I'll watch the OP,
else.
be like, oh, okay, cool. Then after that, I don't watch this shit.
Yo, Cheese, what it do, fam? I won't say much else, but I'll say that there's a form of emulation, like just like how he was trying to emulate what his dad did. There's some stuff that happens where emulating certain things brings about his own stuff or allows him to enhance his already base abilities. Like he emulates something from other people to help him push through other things. But I can't say anything else than that. So
you know who I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see my dude with the boar mask get a come up, because that whole interaction with the dude that found Tanjiro was so funny. He was like, "Yo, you got to challenge me because you're the strongest one, and I got to beat you. And here's the logic behind it. Even that makes me the strongest one." And then he gets tied up. He's like, "Oh, he's so fast." I was like, "Yo,
what ability did he use? What ability did he use?
What do you mean?"
They didn't show. Okay, so
they just showed the demon dead.
Okay, so y'all haven't seen that ability yet. Cool.
So yeah.
So this is not a spoiler, but remember when Orokodaki was telling Tanjiro that in certain cases sword masters learn how to create different other stuff on top of the base ability. So everybody has a different type of breathing technique or style, but eventually when a person truly masters their breathing technique, they can create new techniques on top of that. And Giyu has one that no one else but him can use. Like Tanjiro can't use it, no one else can emulate it or fake it off or create a variant. It's only specific to Giyu because it's something he devised and learned how to do himself. And he said he can't teach it anyone, slightly. He says that later down the line,
right.
But ain't no telling.
My whole thing is now, so I want to see, because the even though they're boys, none of them has really seen each other's like techniques. Like Zemetsu, whatever the dude, the yellow haired dude, lightning dude.
Zenitsu, yeah.
Everybody thinks this dude is a coward still. Like Tanjiro never seen him. The boarhead mad dude had never seen him. But after seeing what he was able to do last week, he was a god. Now I just want to know. Well, I don't want to know, but this is hypothetical test.
Yeah.
I'm mad that I have to tell you this, man.
Well, no, for Zenitsu.
If I don't say that before I ask a question, you probably be like, "Oh, well,
bruh,
yeah."
No, for Zenitsu, they literally told you there's nothing else to Zenitsu. I can't say shit because there's honestly, he only has the clap.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. He only has the clap. He only
learn
how to use
one
the
technique.
clap.
Learn one technique.
That's it.
I understand
But
that
he
now, but I'm saying
one technique to God level.
Right. I'm just saying. So when they figure out that Tanjiro has 2 different breaths, don't you think they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, if he can do this shit, I can do this shit."
You already know who's gonna say that. You already
exactly.
know.
The boy
You know who's gonna say that. Like what?
Boarhead, boy.
You got more than 1 breath? Oh, I bet. So then
see, funny enough though, him. This is just off of him. I still have this question though. The breath of the beast that he calls it. I still don't actually think it's a breathing technique. I personally think it's just something he names because he doesn't really use a breathing technique. He just has the different type of skills, but he names the Fang skills, breath of the beast, but he doesn't actually use breathing techniques at all. You never see him taking a breath. You never see him, using any of the foundation that you hear about or see them use. He's wild as shit. Like it's just like watching. He'd be the equivalent of Kenpachi from Bleach. Like just OP but animalistic as hell.
Yeah. So I think he'd be a god if he actually had some training, yo.
That's probably my favorite character in the whole thing, man. I love that. That dude is so funny.
Oh yeah, he did use that one technique, finding the mother in the woods that sensor.
He has really heightened. His skin's super sensitive for some job like that.
I want to see all 3 of them fight together in like one big ass battle.
Like a team battle, that'd be fire.
Yeah, like a team battle. Tanjiro's fucking smell, man. I love when he does that line of sight kill, man. When he gets that thread and he sees it,
the scent of opening. Yeah, that shit clean.
That shit's so dope. And then old boy's hearing, and then the other dude's sensory, I guess.
His skin's really sensitive to the subtle changes in the air. So like, imagine if his skin was one big membrane. Like he can tell where somebody is based off of just a change in the air. Like he can pinpoint where they are. I'm like, that's kind of weird, but I guess if it works.
Hey man, that animal instinct. But yeah, man, I'm getting really excited for this show, man. I'm definitely gonna read it once the season's over, so I can just spoil it for myself. But whatever, I don't care. That's my new thing now. Once the anime is over, I start reading it.
Boy, we gonna have some discussions. Boy. I don't have nobody that's caught up, and I want to talk so bad.
I at least wait until the season's over, Ted. You started.
I couldn't. I literally tried. I tried so hard. I tried so hard. And I'm kind of mad because I'm actually going to go back and start from square one and read again. Just even again to make sure I missed nothing. Because I plan on doing some videos on certain stuff regarding these characters anyway.
Good. Do we want to talk about any other anime, man? Because this,
we could, but certain people haven't caught up yet. Look. There's literally one episode in Black Clover that is so fire.
Okay, I'll catch up on Black Clover. I'll do that.
It's so fire, Mars. It is on level of Demon Slayer.
Okay, I'll make that a priority, yo. This can't be a very long anime. I don't want them to continue it week to week to week. Oh yeah, right. You don't want them to finish it. This is. Oh wait. How do you guys think this? So let's go real quick. The length of Demon Slayer. Do you think it's gonna be a continuing anime, or is it gonna end?
I think it's gonna
give
end.
It like 52 episodes, or
I give it 3 seasons because where it's about to cut off now.
But you gotta think where about anime they normally end on 26 episodes, or they go for the 52 episode mark.
This is what I'm saying. So where we are right now, when it hits episode 24, which is where this will cut off, which will transition into some stuff with the pillars actually finally being introduced. That's around chapter 50. They're already 160 up. He said there's going to at least be 200 chapters. So I'm guaranteeing there will at least be 3 seasons, if not the next season being a little bit, the next 2 seasons will be just a little bit longer to close out. If not, now I'm not sure if they'll be back to back, but there will be more than one season. So like,
oh yeah, I figured that, but I'm just saying because like I said, the way animes they do seasons is either it's a 24 episodes, or it's either the 2 seasons for the 52 or whatever.
Some get 30 though. Some get 30, which
that's
rare
cases.
That's rare.
Yeah. And then if it's anything over that, it's gonna be a continuing anime for a little. But so you're saying it's gonna be 3 seasons?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just I'm just basing that off my reading because they've been going 100% by the manga, man. It's been going like verbatim. There've been no changes. Now, would I like to see the filler? I hope they put the filler in because, like, you know how y'all like Boarhead, dude. He has some of the funniest backstory I've ever seen in my life. It's sad as hell, but it's comical at the same time. I hope they don't cut it out. I want to see all of the animated.
They'll put his backstory. I'm pretty sure. After
Mars, when you read it, just let me know once you read it someday. That should have you dying.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll make it my priority to catch up on Black Clover.
Yeah,
because I'm still not that far. I'm like 6 episodes behind, so that's easily a day to watch.
Have either you watched The Sacred Beast that got left behind?
Nah, I haven't. If it's not mainstream, I haven't watched it. I'm telling you right now.
It's on Crunchyroll, or I'll put it like this: once you finish, or if you get caught up with everything else,
it's the top 3 and the 4 in the season that's going on right now.
It's a decent watch in regards to the fact that it has a okay story. But more or less, it's people who were once transformed into sacred beasts as like they were a military unit, and this scientists learned how to inject the DNA of like long lost creatures that we thought would lure into them and made them a special fighting task force. We're closer towards the end of the war, getting ready to end. One of the units started subtly becoming more entranced or more his mind melded more with the beast rather than being too separate or having control over his powers. And then it kind of, turned into this thing where they're slowly all deteriorating and becoming more animalistic and being the real creatures. And like, she planned to kill him off, But rather than that happening, one dude who already fully went through the transformation or the mind merging, sabotaged it, tried to kill his best friend, and then allowed the rest of them to go free. And now the world's kind of in chaos in these many different realms. And he awoke from like a 2-year sleep and was like, you know what? We made a promise. If any of us turn out like this, we'll take care of our own. We won't let anybody else kill us. So now his mission is to finish what the girl who was trying to end it started. And it's just damn good. You see all these weird creatures, beasts, werewolves, giant chimeras, lichens of all types. I'm just like, all right, this ain't that bad. It's decent, and it's only like I believe it's like 8 episodes in. I think this one's gonna be a 12 episoder because I just don't see it going any longer than that.
Right. I have to check it out, but yeah, like my main thing is just if it's anything, I only watch like the popular stuff of the summer, whatever season it is, and I keep it moving. I'm a cat, like I would say I'm a little bit above casual as an anime watcher. But that my extent it goes to the popular. I'm on the bandwagon. If anything popular, I watch. But yeah, nothing really too crazy happened in Dr. Stone. If you didn't watch it, if you did watch it, we just got introduced to one of the best girls in the goddamn show.
I'm calling the cave girl shawty because I don't know her name yet.
So that introduced that okay. People are still alive from that on the world, and they don't know how they're alive or where they came from, if they're what kind of civilization it is and everything. But it's gonna be interesting when Sinku, the main character, goes to see where she actually came from and see the type of people that they are and everything, and the whole backstory of that. So it's about to get. It's about to slow down some. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dr. Stone is about to be more of a story based now. But then I'm telling you, when the action picks up, it picks up on some next level shit like crazy. That's all I want to say about it. I don't want to get too hype about it. But so right now, like these next couple episodes, it's gonna like honestly just be story and background story and kind of what the future is going on. Because I'm not gonna lie. What's his name? What's the name, man?
Craven, the manhunt. I just call him Craven.
We're not gonna see them for a very, very, very long time.
Can what he said be factual though? That either she's a descendant or these individuals are descendants of people who awoke early and raised kids, or there's something else to how they were there, or like survivability. Like I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I mean, the logical thinking he had makes sense. They could have been from people who just so happened to wake up a little bit earlier than everybody else, and they've made or had kids and so on and so forth. But then again, like there could also be an alternative to how they may have just survived or something else. Ain't no telling. So right. I'm just like,
I'll tell you off stream if you really want to know. But
yeah,
if I talk about that, it's gonna be like whatever happens is gonna ruin it for a lot of people. Yeah. So I mean, there is a story behind everything, but yeah. Shit.
That man punched the lion, dog. I still can't get over that shit. that's the hardest way to get introduced into a show.
It was tied up in them threads and was fine. I was getting mad and sad as hell. Yeah, we talked about that, man. During Demon Slayer when Nezuko was tied up in them ropes. We didn't talk about that actually. I was feeling some type of way. I was like, because I feel like Nezuko's my little sister. Like, damn, yo, Nezuko. Like, shit, she jumped out the box, saved his ass, and then got snatched up, and then she was all up there. As long as she didn't get that one treatment from that one enemy with the maid.
I mean, this is just backtracking. The thing with the mother though, that happens so often. I still really wonder, are their spirits trapped someplace, or is this just to add emphasis to something maybe that she may be feeling or thinking? Because it seems like it's an occurrence too much, and they never answer it even in the manga. I'm just like, is this really a real thing? Like, are the parents or the family spirits still kind of waiting in limbo for Tanjiro or Nezuko or whoever or until they get released, unless they got to kill like Muzan in order for them to be set to rest properly or some jive.
It might, in my opinion, it might be in their like bloodline or something like that, because when they come into hardship, they might see spirits or something like that,
Yep.
because it happened to Tanjiro in the very beginning. He was
Mhm.
cutting that boulder, he seen them spirits, and the old boy was like, "Yo, how you know about these kids? You know,
Exactly.
going around with that." And now when Nezuko was in some hardship,
Yeah.
she's her mom type stuff. So it might be something in their bloodline type thing that we might find out later on, or it just might be, who knows? Like, you know, I don't know. That's just my assumption that I think I would go off of. But yeah, we want to move on to movies and TV.
Yeah. We're about at the 2-hour mark. I think we getting
Yeah, we
should
can
just-
wrap up after that. We just
Yeah.
do touch briefly on things because some people didn't watch The Boys, but
And some people didn't watch Black Clover. Boys is only 6 episodes. You got the same amount to catch up. So how about that?
see, I could watch 3 episodes in one sitting of watching The Boys. Okay, you gotta spend the whole day or 2 watching The Boys. But yeah, because I do want everybody's opinion on The Boys, so I don't want to talk about it unless you all watched it. Like, because I'm just gonna say the same thing I said last week without anybody saying anything. So hopefully we can have a nice discussion about The Boys next week.
It'll
And
be done by
nice-
Thursday, Mars. It'll be finished by Thursday.
Yeah, I'm actually, when I get done streaming tonight, I'm just gonna finish binging it. Like I said, I got the house to myself. I'm on the end of episode 2 and the 3. So yeah.
We next podcast we can have a nice discussion about The Boys. Because it's a good show to watch.
Hopefully a conversation about Black Clover too.
Yeah. We'll be able to talk about Black Clover because once I pack my stuff up tomorrow, I won't have anything to watch. So I'll be able to watch my anime on my phone, which is
Bro, did you just pinch your nipples? What was that?
I did this.
Oh boy. Like, bro, what is you
My
doing?
nipples out here like this, man.
You tripping?
Damn. We could save this question that we have about the live movies because I think we did a lot of talking. And I think today was a very good show.
Yeah. Had a good turnout too.
Yeah. So I think we could save that question that we asked about the movies for next week, unless some crazy shit happens in the world today or within this whole week, and some crazy topics come up. But yeah, I want to save that question for next week. So are we okay wrapping it up here? Anybody have any last things they want to talk before we wrap it up, close it up? Okay, so I guess that's enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we thank you for stopping by the Elite Casual Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by Never Game Alone. If you are listening to this late, we are on Spotify. I gotta write a list now.
Yeah.
Look, this is only episode 2. I'm not sure everything. We are on Spotify, Apple, Anchor. What other ones are we on? Shit, I don't know.
Google Podcast, Apple Music, Spotify.
I said that.
YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. If you're listening to this on the thing, you want to see what our beautiful faces look like, we're on YouTube. We do upload the show on Thursdays. We record on Tuesdays. We upload the YouTube version on Thursdays, but the audio version will be uploaded on Wednesdays. So if you're not watching us live, I would recommend come to the live showing because some things will be cut throughout the YouTube stuff. Now it don't even matter. I don't even care. I'm just rambling. Look, any closing remarks, Tez?
Today was a good day. I appreciate y'all for coming through. We had a better turnout than last time. It's great. Glad y'all stopped through. Glad y'all enjoyed it. After this, I'll be streaming some Genesis over on Twitch. If you want to come through, twitch.tv/TesmoGizmo. That's it for me.
Tag?
No, nothing really. I mean, just with today's day and age, man, just be good to each other, yo. Like it's crazy out there. Like I understand, like it's a lot of people have that us versus them mentality, but you can't really have that. So just be good to your boys, your friends, your family, and that's pretty much it.
And check up on people.
Yeah, true.
Don't if it crosses your mind, just run with it. Don't like I'm gonna wait. No, if they come up, just hit them up, see how they doing, because you never know.
You never know. So, chat, shout out to the chat who's still in here. Hybrid, Temptations, Trinidaddy, Rashid, and Honey Coco. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your night, your morning, your afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Y'all have a goddamn good one. We're out.
Y'all be easy, man. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
I'll see y'all in the morning.
Just end it. Just end it.
All right, I'm done. All right, y'all be easy.